I started working for Kaiser Permanente in 2006, and I became really good friends with one of Kevin's friends. And one night, we had gone out to a group dinner, and Joe Scheidler, one of my best friends, I work for him now, and one of Kevin's best friends, they were excited to see each other in San Francisco. Kevin was living in San Francisco at the time, Joe was in Chicago, I was in Atlanta, but we were all in San Francisco at the same time. So Kevin came to visit Joe at this dinner, but I was hanging out with Joe at this dinner. And so when Kevin arrived, Joe was hanging out with some girl he had met while we were at this dinner. So Kevin and I ended up spending, I don't know, probably a couple hours together kind of talking while we watched Joe dance around and flirt with some random girl at Tres Agave. The thing that made me so attracted to Kevin the first night I met him was his energy, like his total joy for life. I was so engaged in conversation. I probably talked to him for 2 hours and it felt like 15 minutes.
When I met Christine, there was this infectious energy. It's just this smile that lit up the room. And she just has a way of, it's like bringing light into darkness. And I mean, when I saw that, I was just so, it was like a moth to a flame. I just had to be with her. It was awesome.
Well, we obviously left there with no intention of ever seeing each other again. Maybe in the back of my mind, I had intent, but yeah, it was probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 months later, Kevin reached out to me on AOL, what's the AIM messenger? Like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, this is Joe's friend Kevin. And I was like, yeah, I remember you. Anyway, and then random things started happening. Like we would show up in the same cities at the same time. So San Antonio, in the middle of the Marriott lobby, Chicago airport, I think we were in New York at the same time. Really random, but like at the third time I thought, he's finding out where I am. We were in totally different industries, but we had the same kind of client base, same big cities, you know, Fortune 50 companies. And we were working on some of the same clients at the same time, which was just totally, you know, serendipitous. When am I gonna find my Kevin? Like, that's the guy I wanna marry. One of the things that so amazes me about Kevin, he always puts me first. And he's said that even with the kids, like as we were getting ready to have kids, he's like, you know, you're my number one. And he reminds them that too. He'll say, you know, you guys are number 2 and 3, or you're our number 2, but he's like, you know, mama's my number 1. Just even like the little things that he does. I mean, he just tells me why he loves me all the time randomly. He always thanks me for things that seem like they're things I should do, like making dinner. Like he's so observant of the world. And he makes sure to point those things out to me and to the kids, and he just never missed an opportunity to just, you know, suck the joy. I don't mean suck in a bad way, but I mean suck the joy in from life. It's just amazing.
Our real first date was New York City. So we met in New York City. We spent the weekend just playing in the snow, going to Toys R Us, and me almost breaking my neck on a skateboard, helping build a life-size Batman out of Legos, hanging out in the West Village. It was just this incredible weekend. And then we had another date right after that, I think, where she came to San Francisco and we went and saw Van Morrison, which is, you know, one of our bands that were really musicians. And that was just magical. So they were just fantastic. Seeing her come out the cottage door, dressed, getting ready to go to the ceremony together. She just looked stunning. She was so happy.
We were walking down the aisle together. We had decided that we came into the relationship together. We were gonna do it our way, and our way was to walk down the aisle together. So as we came up over the little hill to kind of head to see our guests and have them witness us get married.
We were in a golf cart going to the ceremony, and our friend Parker married us. And he took it very seriously. And we had asked him to incorporate part of the vows from the Princess Bride.
Marriage.
Marriage.
So as we come up over the path, I can see at the end of the aisle, Parker.
Is that Parker? Because Parker was dressed in full bishop regalia. The full hat, the gown, and the robe. And
I just lost it. I was laughing so hysterically. He's like, "You're not mad?" I'm like, "How could I possibly be mad at you? This is so something you would do."
She went with it, and that's why I love her, because she went with it. To this day, her grandmother thinks we got married by a bishop.
Just how much I love him, how much kids love him, just how much the absolute universe loves him and his spirit and his joy for life. And whether it's, you know, especially on the hard days when he doesn't feel like he has that to give, to just let us give that back to him. Because he's given so much of it to us. And whether he's, you know, having a bad day, or he's here, or he's not here, he'll always be with us.
Love you guys.